Good evening, I'm Ty Masterson. Welcome back to the Senate Chamber here in our beautiful Kansas state capitol, where recently I was deeply humbled to be reelected unanimously as Senate President. I am grateful for the opportunity to deliver the Republican response to Governor Kelly's State of the State address. Due to the nature of this response being pre-recorded, this is obviously not a direct response to her address, but rather a response to the elements of her agenda that are currently known, and more importantly, provide the Republican vision for the coming year, including where we hope to work with the governor and where we will draw the line against her administration's more radical policies. It's worth noting that by the end of her term, Governor Kelly will have been governor for the entirety of my time as Senate President. While we've certainly had our differences, I've been pleased with our ability to work together across an array of issues. While the controversial differences certainly garner the most headlines, the vast majority of our work is bipartisan in nature, and that's a good thing. I hope in good faith that the spirit of working together can continue during her final 2 years as governor. I also want to thank you, the Kansas people, for not only re-electing, but expanding the conservative voices in the legislature, from Sherman County to Johnson County, from Manhattan to Leavenworth. You delivered change. Combined with President Trump's historic win nationwide, including a 16-point victory here in Kansas, your message was delivered loud and clear. You expect us to put Kansans first, control the overreach of government, and keep our promises, and that is exactly what we intend to do. That must begin with property tax relief and reform. Property taxes can drive our seniors from their homes and prevent younger Kansans from enjoying the dream of home ownership. For too long, it's just been a political talking point. We must act. In the Senate, we will again work on a constitutional amendment to put a lid on the outrageous processes that drive tax hikes and pursue reform to bring more accountability to a broken system. Unfortunately, the governor has at this point pledged to block property tax relief in 2025. I sincerely hope she will reconsider and join us in bringing more tax relief to Kansans. Alongside property tax relief, Republicans will also continue to simplify the tax code and reduce taxes for Kansas families. Last year, we took a big step in that direction, and Kansans expect us to do more to help deliver additional relief. We will look at everything, from following President Trump's lead, removing taxes on tips, to ensuring our economic environment is primed for growth. Kansas is increasingly surrounded by states taking more innovative approaches to taxation, and we can't simply sit idle, falling behind. We must lead. As Kansas citizens, you also have a right to expect the government at all levels is on your side and operating in the most efficient and effective way possible. That's why we've created a new committee on government efficiency in coordination with President Trump's DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. We want to partner with you on this important initiative, and we welcome your input on how to ensure state government is most efficiently working on your behalf. Please watch for more information on how you can best communicate your ideas with us. We pledge our strong support for President Trump's effort to secure the southern border and deport those who have entered our country illegally through Biden's open border policies, especially all the violent criminals who put our family's safety at risk. Last year, we provided funding for the Kansas National Guard to aid Texas in securing the border over the governor's veto. But as chief executive, she failed to act. We call on her to change course and work alongside President Trump to stop illegal immigration. Kansans also support securing land around our military installations from foreign adversaries like China. Last session, Republicans passed a bill that would have accomplished just that, but the governor vetoed it. We will again take action and send her a new bill. I call on the governor to side with the people of Kansas and secure our land. President Trump's agenda to empower parents to be more involved in their children's education should be an issue that garners support across the aisle. It is time we recognize that our children and their educational futures should not be held back by their zip code. Republicans hope to work with the governor on continuing to fully fund education while moving to a student-focused system that maximizes opportunities for parents so that their kids can have the best chance to succeed and achieve their dreams. Within just a few years, nearly half the states in our union will have significantly expanded educational opportunity for their children. Given how closely tied our economy is to education, we don't have the luxury of remaining still while other states sprint ahead. Republicans support making our nation and our state healthy again. We can do this through expanding access to affordable care, through cost transparency, more competition, and less government regulation over your consumer choices, while preserving a safety net for those in our society who are most vulnerable. That's why Republicans passed legislation that has shortened Medicaid wait lists and increased reimbursement rates to providers. Yet the governor continues to push removing able-bodied adults from private insurance and putting them on government dole. undoing the progress we've made and harming the most vulnerable people for whom the Medicaid safety net was intended. We will not let that happen. Kansans support a culture of life, as evidenced by their choice to expand our supermajorities. We stand for reducing the number of abortions by promoting adoption, ensuring pregnant women have the resources they need, including child support, and preserving our common sense protections we have in law, all of which are currently under attack. In stark contrast, the governor's party remains devoted to taxpayer-funded abortion on demand, and with the Supreme Court's help, allowing the most inhumane procedures up to the moment of birth. We will continue to fight this moral battle and will always do what is right for women and their unborn children. Finally, we will not allow the extreme trans agenda to impact our kids. We successfully ensured that women's sports in Kansas are reserved exclusively for women, and we will again pass the Help Not Harm Act, which prohibits the permanent mutilation of minors. Unfortunately, the governor sided with the radical left on this topic and vetoed the bill, which we were not able to override by just 2 votes. You fixed that problem in this last election. We will not give up until this common sense protection is enacted into law. As Republicans, we are committed to putting you, our fellow Kansans, first. We continue to extend our hand of cooperation to the governor and begin this session in high hopes that she will join us in that effort. Ultimately, you can expect us to deliver results and help secure a brighter future for all Kansans. That is what we will do. May God bless you, your families, and may God bless this great state of Kansas. Thank you for listening.